What's good? We coming right back at you again. Back-to-back videos. Let's get into another segment. It's gonna be what's hot news for today. So yesterday I had read, you know what I'm saying, that Keith Thurman and Shawn Porter was gonna be a legit fight for December 12th. But then Kenny Porter, he issued a tweet basically saying, nah, the fight's not on. Well, today I seen it again. And Kenny Porter didn't say anything, so now I'm going to say the fight is on. So December 12th of this year, we're going to have Shawn Porter and Keith Thurman. That's one thing. Second, Victor Ortiz seems to be a motherfucking thug. Thug life like a motherfucker, right? He went from dancing with the stars to motherfucking menace to society, B. Straight up. Hey. Ortiz is looking at 2 years in jail for assault and battery. He pleaded not guilty. Trial's on the way. Then the last one, we got Broner and Theophane meeting up, oh man, in Las Vegas for possible fights for the fucking title. I think what did he get? WBA?
I think so.
WBA
I think so.
Yeah, Victor Poso had WBC. And that's the shit about the WBA, man. That's all I was talking about the other day. You could fight bums if you have the WBA title, man.
Oh, yeah.
And the IBF, and also the IBO, which is kind of a mid-major title.
Yeah.
Those three titles, man, you can get away with fighting bums or guys that are like 2-3 levels under you if you're a champion. And this is another instance of that. Fucking Theophane and Adrien Broner, man.
Yeah.
So, so what do you think about the Keith Thurman and Shawn Porter? No predictions.
Okay.
Your take on that?
I love that fight. That's a great fight. Yeah. It shows me that these guys are really trying to advance. You know, since the Floyd Mayweather era is supposedly over, or possibly over, or whenever we know, they not waiting. You know, these guys are not waiting. They trying to get it on right now, and that's great for boxing, man. That's great for boxing. That would be a great fight, and I'm definitely excited for it. Hopefully it does happen. Hopefully nothing else comes out that, hey, the fight is not on or whatever. You know, let's go ahead on and just make these fights.
Yeah. I gotta say thank you to Al Heyman once again.
Oh yeah.
A lot of motherfuckers hate on this man, but the point is, I got two things for you. His boxers are fucking eating.
Yep.
None of his boxers are basically saying that Al Heyman is jipping him out of money. Al Heyman is robbing him. You know what I'm saying? All these motherfuckers are eating, right? And number two, he gives us good matchups.
Yeah.
If this was De La Hoya, I don't think we would have ever seen Shawn Porter and Keith Thurman, especially on fucking free TV, dog.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
I still don't watch when De La Hoya's Fox fights, you know? And some of the shows that he used to put on a Fox, I mean, they was all garbage.
Word. I mean, you gotta give kudos to Al Heyman.
Definitely.
He's running shit. He's giving us the opportunity to watch excellent fucking matchups on free fucking TV, dog. Turn it to channel 2, 3, 6, whatever, nigga.
5, whatever you want to turn to.
Exactly.
And catch a fight. Get your popcorn ready.
Exactly, B. I mean, yeah. Just all the kudos, all the props to Al Heyman.
Yeah, definitely.
This is an excellent fucking fight. This is something that I actually wanted to see after Adrien Broner got his ass demolished by Shawn Porter. I know I'm going to catch a little flack for that, but like I said, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Adrien Porter got thoroughly beat by Shawn Porter. And after that fight, I did want to see him match up with Keith Thurman. It's exactly what I wanted to see, and exactly what I'm getting December 12th. So that's good shit right there. Next topic. My man, Victor Ortiz need to go get a couple more tattoos.
Oh, yeah, man.
Teardrop right here.
Yeah. Thug life across his stomach.
You know what I'm saying? I think it is. West Side like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Dog, because my man is now a full-fledged criminal. No longer dancing with the stars, B.
Oh, nah.
No more that soft Cinderella shit.
Nope.
my man is in the streets putting in work.
Yeah, getting his street cred up. You know?
Apparently at the fucking Rose Bowl, Victor Ortiz gets into an altercation with another fan with his brother. And according to security out there, and I quote, they beat the living daylights out of this man. End quote. So, Victor Ortiz is now charged with assault and battery, and his brother's charged with the same thing. And he could be facing up to 2 years in prison. Sure. And he's still trying to get his career on track. What do you think about this?
Oh, man. I think Victor Ortiz is just a waste of talent.
Oh, yeah.
He, after the Floyd Mayweather fight, after the Luis Collazo fight, I mean, he has nothing more to give to boxing. You know, we seen this early in his career when he quit against Maidana. I mean, he really doesn't have the heart for the sport.
Hell no.
And I mean, Ortiz is he's at that point to where he really can't be rehabilitated in terms of getting his, you know, in terms of getting his career on track, because he just doesn't have the stomach for it. Yeah. He doesn't.
Oh no, go ahead, B. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say he doesn't have the stomach for it, and even in the Collazo fight, I mean, there was nothing new, you know, with him. There were no new wrinkles in his game. I mean, just nothing, you know, impressive about him before the knockout.
And this is, I forgot who he fought in his last fight, but he got the guy out of there. But this is the first time that I can absolutely say that a great trainer like Yoel Diaz isn't doing anything for a fighter. And but I don't blame it on Yoel Diaz. It's Victor Ortiz. Like you said, no heart. I never really thought Victor was all that great. When I watched him fight earlier in his career, I was waiting on him to lose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, I'm sorry, 2K, but I actually liked him, man. Early in his career, I did like him. I always felt like once he got guys hurt, he would just swarm them.
Yeah.
You know, he would jump on him, and his combinations on the ropes, they always impressed me, because he was one of those guys that when he hurt you, he would throw uppercuts. And a lot of guys don't do that. They always kind of look for the straight punch, you know. But Ortiz would always try to kind of crack you with an uppercut. But Maidana proved that, you know, there's more to boxing, man, than just you know, being a prospect that's supposed to win. Sometimes you got to go in there and actually do it, prove it.
Yeah, exactly. I actually had Maidana winning that fight, and I didn't even know Maidana that well. I just knew, I saw some footage of him on YouTube.
Yeah.
I just knew that he could crack. So I knew that a guy that can crack and apply pressure to Victor Ortiz pretty much do the same thing back to him that he does to somebody else.
Yeah.
I knew that he wouldn't be able to weather the storm. So when that fight was made, I had picked Maidana to beat Victor Ortiz.
Yeah. I was actually rooting for Ortiz.
Yeah. I mean, I when I look at Victor Ortiz, I see Fernando Vargas. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. That's a great point.
Absolutely the same fighter. Now, I guess, I don't know, I didn't want to fall for the bullshit again a second time, because I really liked Fernando Vargas.
Yeah.
Until I actually, at the time, I didn't really know how to break down styles and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wasn't a casual, but I didn't know how to pinpoint the sweet science the way that it should be out of these fighters. I couldn't do that. So I'm just looking at face value, and I'm like, man, this guy's great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I saw him going there with Oscar De La Hoya. And that's when you saw what this motherfucker was really about.
Everybody goes night-night.
Everybody goes night-night. He was talking mad shit too, man.
He sure was.
That was another reason why I lost respect for him. But yeah, man, like I see the same fucking thing in Victor Ortiz. Fernando Vargas has more heart than this guy. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. Vargas would actually fight you.
Yeah. I mean, Vargas would actually try to win the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Victor Ortiz, man, I was never high on him. I knew at some point he was gonna lose. Just like when I would watch Peter Quillen on ESPN, I would be waiting for him to lose. I remember back in like 2005, I see Peter pulling. I'm like, man, this dude is trash. You know what I'm saying? He has one punch. You know what I'm saying? And the one punch he has is his lead hand.
Yep.
This nigga's trash. So, you know.
I think Ortiz, man, he really needs some help right now. I think he needs some help from somebody that's just really gonna genuinely be there for him, and not just because he's got a little bit of money, and because of his star power.
They need to tell him, whoever's on his side, they need to tell him, hey, bro, you need to go on ahead and hang him up, man.
Yeah.
There's no reason to keep going. You're never gonna. I mean, this motherfucker. He says his motivation is to be world champion again and to possibly get a rematch with Mayweather. Neither one of those is gonna happen.
No.
Especially with you fighting at 147. You would get your ass mopped up by the wackest nigga at 147.
Yeah. You know. What he actually should have did, man, and he denies this, but I believe it's true. Partly due to some people that I know. He should have fought He should have fought Errol Spence.
Oh, yeah.
I actually heard they were trying to get a fight with Ortiz, but Ortiz, turned it down, or whatever happened. I'm not gonna say he turned it down, but whatever happened. Yeah. That was actually a fight that I personally wanted to see. Yeah. Because it would have put Ortiz in a position to either be able to beat a good prospect, which I don't think he would have beat him, but the possibility would have been there, and it would have gave Errol Spence a chance to get a good name on his record in terms of fighting a good step-up fight.
Yeah.
But right now, man, when you go out there and you're a boxer and your hands are registered as weapons, you can't do stuff like this. I'm sure guys like Mayweather go to the mall and go to clubs and they get heckled. I mean,
Especially
that's
Mayweather.
and that's why I admit him. Not just because I'm wearing the hat. That's why I pointed out, because I'm sure he gets heckled by all types of people.
Oh, yeah.
And some of it is, the majority of it probably is racism. A lot of it is just ignorant people, and you never hear about Floyd beating a fan up or having his entourage drag a fan out the mall, beat him up in a parking lot, and put some TMT gear on their body or something. I don't know, but you don't hear about crap like that. And Victor Ortiz, he really needs to get his life on track, and he might do that behind behind bars.
Yeah, he probably will. I mean, maybe I don't think he'll get convicted, but if he, he's got movies and shit coming up. He's supposed to be in the Expendables 4 or 3, or which one is the next one, B? It should be 4.
I think it's 4.
Yeah, because 3 is already on Netflix.
Yeah, so, but I want to say this. Real quick. If Ortiz is locked up, I'm always available.
Hell yeah!
And you can pay me less than what you paid him.
You hear that, Victor?
There you go. I'm gaining on your ass.
Word of life. That's what I'm talking about. Next topic, and the last one of today's news.
Don't say his name.
I gotta say it.
AB. Oh,
this
man.
Motherfucker flew to Las Vegas. They didn't even need to do that. They could have just did this shit, because this fight is bullshit. They could have just went on Skype, B. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, Ashley, you want to fight me? Yeah, I want to fight you. All right, my nigga, we going to fight. Okay. You know what I'm saying? This shit just been like that. You know what I'm saying? Why they got to fly to Las Vegas, be in an extravagant hotel just to meet, to talk about a contract for a fight that is completely bullshit.
Wow.
Ashley Theophane lost. This is all I need to say, YouTube. He lost to Pablo Cesar Canu only 2 years ago.
Sad.
My man's got 6 L's.
Oh, come on, AB.
He's not good. He's a C-level fighter, and I'm being nice by saying C.
I would say
very
D.
fucking nice. You know what I'm saying? This is the least talked about TMT fighter.
Yeah.
Floyd does not promote this motherfucker ever.
At all, yeah.
He's promoting Mickey Bay, another guy we don't ever hear about. By the way, is he a champion?
I believe so.
He took
I believe
Miguel
so.
Vasquez's belt on the undercard of Maidana Mayweather Part 2.
Sad.
Never heard of this nigga again. You know what I'm saying? A fight that I thought Mickey Bay lost anyway. But that's another topic. But never heard from him again. But he markets him more than he markets Ashley Theophane.
Yeah. Yep.
And Adrien Broner chooses to accept the challenge against this motherfucker. Now, we all know what it's really about. It's not even about boxing. It's not even about Adrien Broner's legacy. It's not even about being the best champion you can be. It's all about money and keeping the money in-house. Yep. This is what I had to tell somebody on one of the groups. Because they were like, oh, you know, Ashley Theophane, you know, he's a decent fighter. Why y'all shitting on Ashley? It's like, dog, because we really know what's going on here, dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Why the fuck out of nowhere, when Adrien Broner pretty much gets handed a title to him at 140, after taking the L to Shawn Porter, he gets handed a fucking title to him, and then all of a sudden, Ashley Theophane, Floyd Mayweather says that he's got a guy named Ashley that can beat Adrien Broner. Now, mind you, a lot of people don't know this, but this fight was being talked about months before the Khabib Oliveira fight.
Oh, yeah.
Looking this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So they already had in mind, as soon as Adrien wins the fucking belt at 140, that they would keep the money in-house and have him battle a TMT fighter who is also really with Al Heyman. All them motherfuckers work together.
Yep.
All the money is circulating between TMT and Al Heyman. It's all circulating, B. You know what I'm saying? That's what this shit's all about. I wouldn't be surprised if after this fight, he fights another TMT fighter.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yeah. It's just bullshit. I don't even think I'm going to watch it, B.
No, you know, as a fan, sometimes I feel obligated to watch certain fights.
Yeah.
But this is one of those fights, man, that I probably won't watch either.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm getting pretty tired of Adrien Broner. You know, I've grown tired of him. Just, you know, but I've always kind of came back and gave him another chance. Oh, yeah. But at this point, I'm fed up with Broner. I'm fed up with his antics. I'm fed up with people saying, oh, he's a changed Broner. He's this new and improved Broner. And I'm fed up with him saying, I'm not going to lose again. And then you lose again. And then you go back and say, I'm not going to lose again. Okay. You know, it's getting a little bit ridiculous with Broner. I'm starting to notice the best way to hold Broner to his words when he says I'm not gonna lose again is to put him in there with guys that they know he's not gonna lose to. So
absolutely.
So that's something that I'm just really getting irritated with Broner. Yeah. You know, there's no reason for this fight. There's absolutely no reason for this fight. Ashley Theophane got it, and I'm not one to really just pay too much attention to sparring, but Ashley Theophane got his ass beat by Errol Spence in sparring.
Dusted.
I mean, like he wasn't even a pro. Like he wasn't even, you know, pretty much. I mean, he went some rounds with Spence, and don't get me wrong, Spence is a great young talent, but it was one of those things where Theophane didn't even look like he taught Spence anything.
Nah,
you know, young
test dummy.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but man, this fight is just bullshit. I don't know how they're gonna sell it. I don't know what they're gonna do. I have an idea, and I think what they'll try to do is they'll try to make the build-up so outlandish.
Oh yeah.
They'll try to make Theophane something that he's not, and that's a talker. And you know, he may say something offensive to offend people and to offend Broner's people. I just think the build-up will be outlandish, and it'll be just a bunch of fake WWF type of bullshit that they'll try to sell off to the fans just so they can get this fight going. The only way they even put asses in seats is if they have it in Cincinnati again.
And that doesn't, you know, that's funny you say that. I think that's probably the best thing to do. You can't have this fight at MGM Grand.
No,
can't
absolutely
have this fight
not.
at Caesar's Palace. You can't have this fight in
at the Mandalay. You can't have this fight anywhere.
Yeah, you can't. You gonna have this shit at Popeye's Chicken, B.
Yeah,
saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
What the fuck, man? This is bullshit. Like I said, I'm not interested. I hope the fans ain't interested.
I hope you're not either. You know, I hope people do to Broner what they did with Danny Garcia, and that's go on his Twitter page, and put a bunch of cherries, on his on his page, and in response to whatever he has to say, just keep putting cherries. I mean, because people have to understand, a lot of these fighters, especially the young ones, they have active Twitter accounts that they actually go on, and that they're actually, you know, that they check, maybe not daily, but at least in their spare time.
Adrien Broner's all over that, and Instagram, dude. He's all over that shit.
Yep. So that's what they should do. You know, Broner has to understand that at the end of the day, you built yourself as this flashy, flamboyant type of fighter who fights anybody and does what he wants to do. You know, so guess what? When you build yourself as that, there is no step backwards. There is no, I took a loss, so, you know, I need to get my career back on track. You know, we understand that, but at the end of the day, you got to live up to your own hype. You dug this hole.
He's got a fucking title. I am so big on people getting titles and fighting the best in the division. He should not be looking at fucking Ashley Theophane. He has a title now. He should be looking at Mary Mom, possibly, Victor Postal, Lamont Peterson, Terrence Crawford. Should even look at Luis Carlos Abregu, for God's sakes. Somebody, B. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody.
Mauricio Herrera, he deserves a title. He definitely deserves a title shot.
That would be great.
Fucking Hank Lundy. Thomas Delorme. Nigga, I could keep going. But he picks Ashley fucking Theophane.
The safest fight that he could have picked, he picked. So I mean, and it's just bullshit, man. It's bullshit. Like I said, I hope the fans just really, really, really give it to him and just really stick it to him, because it's a bullshit fight. He tried to plug Mayweather's name at the end of the Khabib fight and say, well, you know, Floyd say he got a fighter that could beat me, so, you know, man, come on, man, get out of here. We don't give a shit. A lot of trainers say that they got a fighter that can beat you. But that don't mean you give them a shot.
Exactly.
You know?
What'd he say? Bosses talk to bosses.
Oh,
nigga,
my
you ain't no fucking
God.
boss.
Basically, basically, let me interpret that for the fans. Basically, what Broner was saying was Al Heyman and Floyd Mayweather talked to each other and came up with this fight. They threw it off on him. And, well, not threw it off, but they presented it to him, and, you know, he accepted it. So Adrien Broner is not a boss. He doesn't call any shots. He's a boss in his head. And you know, it reminds me of just how real bosses work. Real bosses work behind the scenes. The guy the majority of the time, the guy that takes 100% of the credit is the guy that didn't do anything. And they don't care how much you profess and claim, you know, you did all the work. They don't care, because the money's going straight to them. They pay you. So
cool. That's cool. Take
yeah.
credit, B. I'm gonna go ahead and spin this loot.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
They could give a shit about what you say. So when Broner says he's this big boss and he's this, you know, 20 gold chains and all that shit, I don't care about it, because I don't believe it. So they can put this fight out there, and I won't watch it.
Nah, hell no. Boycotting that shit, B.
Yeah.
He said, I'm gonna let the fans pick my next opponent. Shut the fuck up, nigga. All right, man, I'm done. I'm done, B. My bad.
No.
I can go all down this motherfucker, man. I'm done. So that's gonna conclude the video. That's what's hot for today. Let us know what you think. Adrien Broner versus Theophane. Is that even a real fucking fight to you guys? What do you think about Victor Ortiz's thug life? Thug life moment, smacking bitches, pimping hoes and shit.
Yeah. Riding low riders.
Hell yeah. Doing drive-bys and shit.
Yep.
Also, on some real shit though, what do y'all really believe what happened between Shawn Porter and Keith Thurman? Really good fight. Are you interested in that? Can you wait? I know I can't wait.
I can't wait.
We got 2 months, but you can't wait.
Yep, let's get back to some real boxing.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. All right, so do what you do. Drop a comment. We'll be real. This is real talk for real fans. 1.